You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Braxton Family Values After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Braxton Family Values.
Yeah, we are back. Yes, that old school Tamar going hard for you guys. Being is for doing, and welcome to another episode of the Braxton's Family Value After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. How's it going? Jason J. Carter here. Hey, guys.
What's up? I'm Ashley Gray. Thank you for tuning in. You can tweet me at @TweetNinaMarie during the show if you have any questions, if you have any comments, or you just want to join the conversation.
Bam.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm Larice Shamar. I'm the third host of the night. Ashley Gray set it off for everybody. Y'all have any tweets or comment, please tweet her at Ashley. What's your Twitter?
At @TweetNinaMarie, or you can always tweet AfterBuzz
Oh my God,
TV.
both of you, really. Hey, you know how y'all put people on the spot? They be like, yeah, and wow. Okay.
Right.
Well, you know what? Thank God I like you guys, because if I didn't, you'd be out the door. So, another wonderful episode of the Braxton Family Values. You know, you gotta love the Braxtons. They are crazy. Trina, Traci, Towanda, Tamar, and who's the other one? Toni. There we go. There's 5 of them. I always forget. one. I'm like,
It's
one.
always like
Them
and
girls.
Toni. It's always like and Toni.
And I love you. Tonight's episode, right? It's like
Hey, she be like really into it. Like her
Sounds like
voice is
Chewbacca.
like, okay.
Tonight's episode was called Go Hard or Go Home. And you know what? I have to say it was probably one of the best episodes, only for the simple fact that there was pure comedic genius
Exactly.
all night long.
The episode was called Go Hard or Go Home. Trina should have went home, and Traci should have went home.
Hey,
Because y'all did not go hard.
Y'all are harsh tonight, man.
No.
Like seriously.
No, we had there's reasons for.
I
the
mean, I
madness
understand
tonight.
It
the
was
reason why,
horrible.
but you know what? I get A for effort.
No.
I give an F for
No,
you failed.
there's
Hashtag
no, right.
that.
No, they get hashtag fail. They were not winning. So
No.
they both got asked to perform at the CIAA
Double A.
conference in Charlotte.
First of all, that is like a real big thing to
It's a huge
perform
deal.
at the
Yeah.
CIAA. You know how many people are there you can really to perform in front of?
Well, it looked kind of, dense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't really see a lot of people in the audience, and I wonder why.
Was it like the first,
Like
game of the day?
The first day, yeah.
But Traci got asked to sing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice.
Let's get a little bit of that. I heard that.
Lift every voice and sing.
yeah,
Bad boy, let's go. Turn me up in the headphones.
Here we
Now, disclaimer, mic check.
Mic check.
Now, I do not claim to be a singer, so don't flame me on YouTube and on iTunes. I do not sing. But Traci, of course, what is with Traci? She always has issues on stage.
Hey.
She always forgets lyrics, has a meltdown before she goes on. I have been performing my whole life. That has never happened to me.
I mean, I think it's just the fact of like she can't believe she's performing. I think that might be the thing. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm performing at the CIAA. Like, what do I do?
You
sing.
perform?
Exactly, you perform.
You sing.
But you know what? I think this is her first time performing solo
without
dolo.
her sisters,
So
right.
she didn't have her sisters. First of all, that outfit, she looked like she was 80 years old with that pleather leather cream jacket on, and she just looked tired. Not tired, tired.
Hot.
I like how women always critique other women for their fashion and stuff. Like, you see that outfit? I'll be like, you know
It was
what?
very prommy.
She looks
still
like
look good.
somebody's mama. Well, she is somebody's mama, but
but-
she ain't trying to be looking like nobody's mama singing at CIAA. Away from the fashion aspect of her, this whatever it was horrible. She just
She didn't sound good at all.
I mean, she
No.
was kind of off the whole entire time. I mean, but at the same time, I got to go back to the fact, again, first time her performing without her sisters, she's scared. And overall, I just think that she probably was underprepared.
Well, right, but you are a professional. When you go hard or go home, you probably have known about this performance for weeks, or and you. other seasons, Traci was always talking about wanting to get back in the singing, get back in the spotlight. Where
Yeah.
now you have opportunities to do that, and you're not prepared. Tisk, 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 gasp, Traci. Pull it together. So let's talk about Tamar. I'm liking Tamar pregnant. And Ashley, you were kind of shocked at how big she was.
Tamar is huge.
Yeah,
she looks like she has to be about, what, 7 months? 7?
Right.
That's kind of.
She looks really big, and it looks good on her. I think she looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And she
Had
doesn't
that
look
glow.
like she does. She have that glow, and she doesn't have to me, it doesn't look like she has any extra weight on her.
Right.
Like as far as the face. And
Hey, but you know the whole
arms.
pregnancy thing, it went from like, oh, I'm like pregnant to
So
episodes
like, bam.
ago, like,
Well, it's like a
bam.
soap opera, you know? The kid's born, the next day they're 21. We got the rest of it happens all the time.
Exactly. Speaking of soap operas, let's talk about James, her
Okay.
assistant or potential
Right.
assistant.
You know, I have issues with the stereotypes of gay males on television. First of all, not all gay males carry a purse. You know, I really,
Fashionable
James,
ones.
even
and
the
you know
fashionable
what?
ones
When
don't
they
carry
carry
a purse.
the purse, it's like always the same little pose like this.
No, the purse enters the room before the man does.
So
Yeah.
it's like it's the arm extension with the purse.
It's like go gadget arm, you know?
Purse.
And
And then,
so, yeah.
And then Tamar was like, all right, cool, let me check this guy out. And then the things he was saying was like, I don't sit down unless I'm told to sit down. I will sit down if you ask me. Otherwise, I'll keep working.
He was team too much.
Team
Yeah,
too
that's what
much.
I'm about to say. He was like really over the top because first of all, like really, I don't sit down until you tell me to sit down. Sit down.
Yeah.
That's what Tamar was like. Tamar was like, please, baby, just sit down.
Right.
That's too much.
And then he walks in carrying Tawanda's purse as well as his own purse. And Tamar's like, why does this man have your purse? And she's like, he's my assistant. That's what an assistant does. I know many assistants, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They do not carry their client's purse unless they are like, you know, helping them, you know,
Yeah.
in passing. But I have a friend named Adam. He's an assistant for a very popular, a very famous star.
Mm-hmm.
I have never, and I see this guy like every other day. I've never seen him carrying this person's purse.
But I think it's just hashtag over the top.
Team too much. Not even
Team
team too
too
much.
much.
Team trying too hard.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's like he has too much personality to be Tamar's assistant. It's like Tamar was like, I don't need 2 queens in the house because
Yeah.
this is just too much. Like, you're way too much. And I know I'm too much, and we don't need 2 of us because
Right.
it's about me.
I love her impersonation.
And I feel like I don't know, just stuff
That's gonna
that he
be a
was
class.
saying.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Was
Dang, I was talking, Larice.
Okay, I'm sorry. Put me in timeout.
But that was a perfect example of what
Yeah.
James was doing because James would like interject and like, oh, I want to taste this one, this cupcake, because they went to, you know, taste cupcakes or whatever. And I'm just like, I just think he's a little bit too much for Tamar.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all. I would have hired him. He was annoying. And again, perpetuating stereotypes. Not all gay males are like that. And
Yeah.
he was just like clutching his pearls and just so, yeah, he could get
Yeah, I
this step in.
definitely think it was definitely.
He was
too
probably
much.
like, you know, they plucked him off of some kind of like.
Do
I
you
don't
think
know.
he's still her assistant now?
No, he was a potential.
He was a potential. That was an
Like-
audition.
And it was
And
like,
he failed the audition. That was just
yeah.
too much.
and he came from Towanda's agency, Squirrel, something up a squirrel,
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah. She do have the personal assistant agency out in Atlanta.
Really?
I mean, look, I've tried to be a personal assistant, and it's not that glamorous. You know, you are basically a slave to these people, and you have to also deal with their personalities, their habits. An assistant is supposed to think for you sometimes. And some of these stars can't even think for themselves. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a hot mess. I would pass that. Yeah.
Yeah, the
not-
thing
not-
about being personal
Pass
assistant,
it.
man, it's just like real bad because a lot of times when you're trying to get work done for the person you're hired for, it's like, again, like you said, they don't know what they're doing, but at the same time, it's like a lot of things are done like at the last moment.
Right. And why? Okay, I understand Tamar needing someone around the house to help her do things, you know, whatever. But I feel like people that have assistants, really, if you really don't need one, like, are you that lazy you can't answer your own emails? Are you that busy that you can't go buy your own BlackBerry? You know, I don't know. I think it's just, I think it's like an accessory. You're famous, you need an assistant.
Yeah.
You know, what did you do without an assistant before you were famous?
I did it myself.
You managed, right?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we're here at AfterBuzz TV, Braxton Family Values After Show. We are not pro assistant. At least I'm not.
It's the pregnancy that's why she needs
Right, and Tamar gets a excuse because she is with
With
child and has a love
child.
on top.
She has her love on tap. So. so cute.
Trina's performance. So Trina is also performing at the halftime show for the CIAA. Her new single Game Time, which I think I could have sworn I heard a song similar to Game Time and Party Go Home in the new Target ad. I was like, this sounds vaguely familiar.
That's Trina.
Trina Braxton?
Trina Braxton.
Is she biting people's style? Could that be what's going on, Trina Braxton?
That's a question to ask.
Inquiring minds want to know. No, but she's asked to perform at halftime. And what you know that in an arena, there's certain shoes you cannot wear on the court. It's disrespectful, one. And two, it marks up the court. Trina hobbles on to the court in some like Louboutins, some heels that were clearly not the appropriate. And she's asked, change your shoes. And the guy was like, no, sweetheart, I am serious as a heart attack. You cannot be on this floor in any way, shape, or form, never in life, wearing these shoes. And she's like, really? Really? So her dancers, sidebar, Trina's dancers.
I'm just going to go ahead and quote Tamar. Them was some queens. Straight up queens. And they, you know what? Stereotypically, queens can dance.
Right. They go hard.
So
they needed to go home.
Y'all just disagree with they just didn't perform up to your standards.
Okay, well, I am a dancer. I am a professional dancer.
Jeez, I did not know that.
And so I see talented people all the time and also untalented people all the time. They were not bad at all. It was very campy. First of all, Trina, if you're going to be on an arena floor of that size, you need to have more than two dancers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd, too, because...
It was bare. And then it's staging. Like, if you can't do that. You can't walk around and have two guys dancing behind you. It needs to be staged. And then they go out there with pom-poms, which Toni Braxton told her, lose the pom-poms. And they walk out there with pom-poms and drop them on the floor. It made no sense. The prop was not effective.
She just needs a new team. She needs to fire everyone that she's currently working with. Trina, fire everyone and hire new staff. She needs a new stylist. She needs new queens. She needs everything about her is not like you are supposed to cater to your audience or your demographic, and right now I don't even know what that is. It's like,
in other words, she's basically she needs an image consultant.
Right.
Anytime she performs, she needs more than two dancers when she performing in an arena. Just depending on where she's performing.
The venue.
Yeah, but at the same time, I just think overall, she's so excited that she's doing new music. She's being a solo artist that she's not really focusing on the small things.
Right.
Like her camp needs to kind of really handle
that for her.
The small things will get you sent home.
Right.
I mean, that's true too. But
she could have easily had some muscle dudes behind her dropping like it's hot, but she had these lanky dudes that were like whacking and crap,
no muscle dudes.
Or she just could have went ahead and not been so insecure in herself and got some fly chicks behind her
and made it happen.
Because I feel like that having guys behind her during this song really didn't add to the fun, of the song. And it's just like, what's going on? Why are they even there?
But at the same time, you gotta look at in the entertainment industry, when you have artists performing, especially female artists, they feel like male dancers are better performers for them. But I think overall is that if you're a great dancer, you're a great dancer, whether it's male or female. And she should not feel intimidated by having beautiful, talented female dancers, because there's a lot of female dancers that's 3 times better than most male dancers, because that's just who they are.
Exactly.
It just comes down to it. She doesn't want, because Tamar even said it. Tamar was like, well, in her video, you got these fly girls in your video and you got this and you got that. Well, you got to get over that, because you got these whack queens in back of you and they're distracting. We're not even looking at you, because we're looking at these people in back of you looking the fool.
It was just, the performance, for me, it was just very... It was like a bad drag show. And Trina was a drag queen. Trina was,
she was
and
a leader.
Those were her dancers.
Yeah.
And the costume was all wrong. So, okay, look. They tell her the shoes she had on previously were not good. Where the hell did she find those boots at, though? Like, they must have went on a mission to find those boots, because those boots were they didn't look bad, but to go from what she had to those boots, someone must have been on a journey.
But at the same time, it's just basically being underprepared for when you're at situations like that, you got to kind of be prepared for anything, because whether it's a wardrobe malfunction, whether it's clothing, whether it's basically your dancer's not there, you got to kind of sort of be prepared for certain unexpected things. And I just think overall she wasn't prepared for the type of performance that at the halftime show. And again, it's like her performance was as if like it was her first performance.
It's always.
Well, I mean, the one thing, she wasn't prepared because she didn't do her research. She should have had the right kind of shoes.
Yeah.
Like, so I just think
she didn't sound bad. Let's get, we're gonna give Trina a positive remark because she's always about the positivity.
Yes.
She didn't sound bad. Trina, you sounded, on a scale of 1 to 10, you were a 6.
her makeup was nice.
Yeah, she looked great, but it was just performances like that. And you're a Braxton.
Yeah.
I almost think like Toni, it's unfair to lump them all together, but now that they are on this reality show, you think of Toni, you now think of her sisters. You no longer think of Toni Braxton as the heavy hitter. You're like, oh, Toni, Tamar, Towanda. So I feel like Toni needs to sit them all down and be like, look, the brand of the Braxtons, I am the pinnacle of this brand. You guys are, I'm the pillar of this brand. You guys are just, the stones underneath. We need to all be on the same page as far as what we're putting out there to the public, how we are representing ourselves in public, and our performances in the product that we're giving, which is music and being artists, because they're dropping the ball left and right. And I almost think it's comical to them. If I'm performing for some kind of, local event, regardless of who's there and how big it is, you always bring your A game.
Exactly.
And these venues they're performing at are not small venues. They're, they're going overseas, they're doing a lot of stuff, and they're now named. So it's like, why are they not? Where is their management?
But I think it's just Trina and Traci, because you look at Tamar. I think Tamar is a great performer. Just she has everything. She dots her I's, she crosses her T's because of Vincent,
right,
and also because of the fact that she has a status that she's trying to keep up. She has a perception that she wants everybody to perceive her as, as a great performer, as a great solo artist. But Trina and Traci is just kind of like, you're stepping into a new realm of your life as a solo artist, and you don't know what to do. Or you feel like, oh, I'm an artist, and everything else supposed to just fall in place.
Right.
So I just think that they really need to get with their management team, a consultant, to really kind of help them with their image and their performance and everything just around them as a whole, if they really want to be successful.
Right.
Because everybody don't have events in their corner. Their corner.
I agree. They need a management and Jesus. Yo, AfterBuzzers. I said yo. Who am I? Randy Jackson. Yo, dog. Hey, go to iTunes, rate us, leave us a comment, let us know how you feel about the show. Any other tidbits we don't know about the Braxtons that keep us in the know. We'll give you a shout out. We love hearing from you guys. That's how we roll here at AfterBuzz. We're all about our listeners and our fans, and we just like talking to you. It's kind of like a stalkerish kind of thing. So,
love it.
You touched on something that was really, really cool about Vince. I agree with Tamar. Tamar is on a whole other level because she has a major record deal, because she has positioned herself to be that type of star.
Yeah.
And Vince is the head of a record label that's very successful with Gaga, Mindless Behavior.
Yeah.
So I just wish that the Braxtons would elevate their game to be more than just a comedy piece. Now I look at them, I laugh. It's like, Traci, always screwing up. But then also that could be the characters that the producers are wanting them to be. We forget this is a reality show, and reality shows, the content that is put into them is sometimes situational. Like let's say if we did a reality show, they'd be like, okay, Ashley, today you're kind of upset with Jason because I heard him say that he didn't like your makeup. So that would be like, an arc that would brew some stuff, or I say like Larice, he thinks he's buffed, he's doing steroids, something, something like that.
Hey, but at the same time, you gotta kind of look at performances like that. I don't think the producers will want them to kind of like not succeed in performances like that. I just think that's just lack of preparation, and that they're really not caring about their career as they should.
I agree. I agree with Larice. I just think that when it comes down to it, as a brand, they need to get it together. And Toni tried to address that towards the end of the episode when they were reviewing the tape, reviewing the footage. Toni was like, you know what? No, this ain't right. You
so wrong.
First of all, we didn't talk because those pom-poms are wrong. Those shoes are wrong. Like, her outfit for that venue was totally off.
It was like she was a clown.
It was off.
It was bad.
So, okay, so they're back in Atlanta helping Mommy finalize her move. And Trina gets the copy of the performance, and Toni and Tamar insist on viewing it because that's how they roll. And some of the things they were saying were hilarious, but it was what I was thinking too. Like Tamar's like, okay, you're Judy's, which is another horrible way to describe gay males. She's like, you're Judy's got, you got to get your Judy's together. And I was like, she said Judy's. That's like saying fruit flies, or so rude. But it is Tony's like.
She's trying to keep
I think
it
it's more of
together.
the embarrassment to basically. I can't believe that you went out there and performed like this bad. Like, you sound great, but your performance sucks.
Your visuals are not on.
Yeah.
Not at all. It was just like, and then the ending, with her little kick in the air.
She had to look. Okay, when you have blocking and you have points you have to hit and marks you have to hit.
Yeah.
You should be confident in the fact that your people will be there to end the show.
Yeah.
She's walking back looking like, okay, wait, are they there? Okay, all right, back in character. Let me sit down and do that. And then Tamar and Toni said it was cute. No, it wasn't. That was probably one of the worst parts of the performance.
They had to give her something positive because they basically tore up her whole performance.
As they should. Like, if it was my siblings and they're out there performing at that level, I would tell them the same thing too. But at the same time, it's called constructive criticism where, hey, if I didn't tell you these type of things, you would continue to perform at this level. And nobody's gonna want you to perform ever again. So you gotta kind of look at it like, if
I didn't tell you it was a hot mess, you would continue to be a volcanic hot mess.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this though. I've seen Toni Braxton perform recently. She had Toni in Vegas. Toni revealed in Vegas about 4 or 5 years ago, and she really wasn't hitting it either. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly feel all the Braxtons except for Tamar. The reason why is because Tamar's pregnant. She gets to get out of jail free pass. They all need to really get, if they want to be successful at this now, because it's a different ball game in this industry. You have young kids,
most
people
definitely.
that are like trying to do it, and they're winning because they have the right team. And the Braxtons have the money, they have the notoriety, they have the connections to really. They should have did that album from season 1. They should have did the Braxton's album that Toni didn't want to do, because I think collectively together, they're like TLC. When all three of them are together, they're amazing. Apart, they're kind of, they're okay. But together, they're powerful. There's power in numbers.
But at the same time, go ahead.
The thing with the Braxton sisters, each individually, is that they need to zone in on their particular talent. They're trying to be so much more than what they're capable of. For example, Trina, you're not a dancer, so why are you trying to dance? Why are you trying to do all this? Why don't you just give us those vocals that you're good at? Just like with Toni. Toni's not a dancer. Just give us the just give us that. I mean, that's what we love. And with Tamar, like, we can see that she's not a dancer, but we love her vocals.
She commits to, she knows
It's
her
her
place.
energy,
Exactly.
She
So
stays
it's
in her
like
lane.
you're really trying to compete with everyone else in the entertainment industry when there is no competition between you and, let's say, Beyonce, who can sing and, hit it. You know what I mean? So it's like, Trina, like this episode, I'm just like, honey, boo-boo, you need to go home because you ain't going hard. And you kind of need to, like, revamp everything because those dance moves were horrible. She did not hit anything. And she just needs to stick. She sounded good, though.
I mean, but at the same time, like, you kind of said something where, like, they have the money, and to even compete at a level right now, it's all about, like, what is your image? What is your brand?
They
Like,
don't know.
What
They
is
don't know.
that you're going for, and who are you kind of going, like, to target? I mean, I do marketing, so kind of looking at them like, how would you actually market someone of this caliber, even though you're the Braxton family, but you trying to come out as a solo artist.
Right.
But what image are we portraying that everybody can kind of even like become in sync with your music? And they don't have that. They have the money, but it's like, we have no tools of marketing you because we don't know how to market you right now.
Because they're not clear on their vision.
Exactly.
They're not clear on their path where they're trying to go. And I agree. And I want to see them win. I mean, I like, believe it or not, in the 2.5.3 seasons, I guess. I've never really heard them sing amazingly. They always sing. I don't know. It's just Toni. We see Toni perform. It's great because she's a veteran, but I just feel like they're doing, like, they say don't put a product out there unless you only have a first impression. You only have one shot. I feel like Trina is consistently just being bad over and over
And
and
over
over
and over
and showing
again.
her weaknesses. You're supposed to never let them see you sweat.
Yeah.
Never let them see you sweat. And really, a true professional can take any situation and just put it out there and still deliver a great show.
But again, that all goes back to the team itself. Like who's around, who's a manager, and who's really developing and building her as a artist to let them know, like, okay, well, Trina, this is it. Like, you really don't have a lot of opportunity. And that's the thing, again, it's a constructive criticism that you give people. Like, hey, this is your opportunity to become this solo artist.
Seize it.
Because I know plenty of artists who in the studio, but still, they've been in the studio 5-10 years, but they still haven't, like, put an album out that people feel like I can vibe to this, or, I really like your music, or I want you to come perform at my shows, because they're unsure who they are as an artist.
Right.
And they don't have the right management team, the right marketing team behind them. So, like, right now, that's what Trina and Traci need to have that group of people who are going to support their talent and help them advance to that next level. Because you have a lot of young generation people now that's just as talented, if not even more talented than them, who don't have the money, but they have the drive and the aspirations, and they're looking for the team to put together to make sure that they are successful. But they have the money, so they can afford the team. They just have to do it.
Right. I would love to see Traci do more hosting, do more, she's very funny, she's very witty. I could see her actually doing things of that nature versus music, really showcasing her personality and she could be the next Wendy Williams. She's that witty.
Yeah.
She has
Her
that
personality,
yeah.
she
So
has a great personality.
I think Tamar and Toni aside, the rest of them, and not even so much Towanda. Tawanda's like the wild card. You like Towanda.
We don't know what she's doing. She has
Yeah.
that squirrel agency.
She's just trying to, do her thing, keep Andre in line. But I think they're chasing something that really isn't there for them to chase anymore, and they need to realize that. So.
And I think that they're better as a brand.
You're right.
The Braxton family, that brand, as opposed to them trying to branch out individually. Besides, Toni, she's already done it, so I think that she would have some success there. Tamar, has already proven that she can be successful in the music industry. But as far as Traci and Trina and Towanda, I think that they're better as a collective group, and so they need to, come on, Toni
come on back.
and Tamar.
Reel it in.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I do agree with you. And actually, we can go ahead and go into predictions, because I was going to make a prediction.
Let's do the predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I think that Trina is going to realize that she needs to kind of like step her game up, and without her sisters, I think that she's really going to take Toni's criticism to heart and really trying to like get her to, because I feel like Trina doesn't really, she listens to Toni, but she's like, whatever, you just think that you know better because
you're just hating on me. You're not really supporting me.
Because I don't think that she's really receptive to what Toni is telling her, because she keeps making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And of course she's not listening to Tamar, because everybody thinks Tamar a hater. So I think that she's really going to like, listen and try and get it together, because right now, honey, I couldn't do it.
Right. I would not be buying that single.
No,
Larice?
ever.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of agree with Ashley, but overall, I just think my prediction is that they will get better with the constructive criticism, but when they get better, is it going to be too late?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, let me get some of that.
Yeah, that was
was
profound.
Yeah.
Wow.
Won't he do it?
Dude, wow. Hashtag pow. Bam. When they get better, will it be too late?
Ooh.
Yeah. All this and more on Just kidding. Well, I mean, predictions. I don't have any. I never really have any predictions, because this show's really like predictable. So I think that okay, look, I'm hoping that Trina will find the right team. I think that Toni will help usher her in, and I think that Traci will realize that singing's not her calling, that she's gonna do something else that's gonna make her happy. There you go. Bam. Another episode of the Braxton Family Values After Show. Such a joy to host with you guys. Ashley, you're so crazy. Larice, you got issues too. Until next time, I'm Jason J. Carter. You can find me on Twitter at JJCForever, and also on Facebook at the Jason J. Carter fan page.
What's up, everyone? I'm Ashley Gray. You can follow me on Twitter at TweetNinaMarieG. You can also follow me on Instagram at Nina Marie Gray, and add me as a friend on Facebook.
It was just like, yo, here I go.
Yeah.
And I'm Larice Shamar. You can find me at Larice Shamar. You can also look at True People on the Instagram. Check out truepeoplesmedia.com. I know it's such a long. I'll be like, and again. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
All social media platforms. You guys have a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. It can wait.
It can wait.
Bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.